Okay, today I'm going to talk about the musical canon. Okay. Wait. Not that kind of canon. This kind of canon. C-A-N-O-N. One N to canons, not two. So, what is a musical canon? So, a canon in and of itself is generally seen as a measuring rod or a standard to measure other things against. So a musical canon is what we measure music against. Where does it start? So, back in Germany in the early 19th century, bear with me, this is Germany, I can spell, there was a person named Guido Adler, and he basically formed the canon. However, this was problematic because he only really studied white European males from Germany. So the musical canon was majority white European males. And this really kind of hurt anyone else. So any woman, any person of color, anyone else, they just kind of got discounted. But you might be thinking, why is this important? Because it's just a canon. You can listen to whatever the heck music you want, whenever you want. Why does it matter? Here's why it matters. So, things that are seen as important, like the canon, are put into textbooks. And then these textbooks are taught in classrooms to various students. And then these students, because they learn that this is important stuff, because it's what they learned in university, go on to form this music. And when they think of classical music, they'll think of this sort of music. Yes, that is a trumpet. Don't question it. They'll perform this music and they'll recognize this sort of music as being important. And so they'll perform it, etc. And then that's what people end up hearing in audiences. They're like, oh wow, that's so cool. I really like this music. And so then it's seen as important because it's what's being performed. And then because it's what's being performed and what's being seen as important, then when people write more textbooks, that's what they write it about. It's all about the canon, because they got to get the important stuff in their textbooks, so that's what's taught. And it's just kind of this cycle of going through the chain of being taught as this is what's cool, this is what's important in classical music. But what about everyone else? What about our women or Black people or our Asian people or Hispanics or anyone else? What about them? Why aren't they included? Is it because their music isn't good enough? Not necessarily. However, it is due in part because these people were systemically pushed aside by white people. So white people saw themselves as individualistic and grouped all of these other minorities in their own little groups and are like, you can do your thing, but you're not as cool as us, basically. And also, these people they lacked connection, so they couldn't really get their music out there as easily as some of these white men. So their music, while it's really, really good, kind of gets shoved aside. So what do we do about this? Well, instead of perpetuating this cycle, we can teach and learn about their music in our classes. And we can listen to their music And we can do our best to make sure that their music doesn't get pushed aside in favoring the white, dead European men in the canon. And so that hopefully, over time, the music of these various minorities will be seen as equal to these white male European composers rather than being lesser than. Because there's lots of good music and it comes from many places. And it isn't all in the canon. And so we can do what we can to try to support these people, whether from way back when they made their music or from now, to help them be seen as important as well. So, yeah.